Hey, welcome back, guys. Before I begin this season 2 review, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been keeping my channel afloat. I know it's been a long time since I've been with you, but I had to take a step back, get my life together. I fell in love, got married, moved into a new place, and here we are. So thank you all once again for staying with me, and keep it locked, because I got more content coming. I just got my new setup done, and I'm not going anywhere else for a while. So I'm going to cover some of the stuff that I missed in season 2, and going forward for Raising Kanan season 3 and beyond, I'll be with you like regular week to week. Top 10 WTF moments, you know what time it is. So thank you all once again, and let's get into this thing. Power Force Season 2 was a major upgrade to its predecessor, providing us with double the action, mayhem, and plots in the interest of Tommy's plight towards the top of Chicago's drug trade. This wild season took with it the lives of 2 kids, 3 cops, and a senior citizen, all in the name of the game. In today's video, we'll break down the top 10 WTF moments from Power Force Season 2. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop a dollar on that Cash App for us. And lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things Power. Here we go. WTF moment number 10, Chewed Up. So y'all remember in the beginning of the season, there was a young, discontented teenager by the name of Chewy, right? Chewy had reservations about working for Tommy, essentially because he didn't trust him, and Janard was the only crew that he knew in tandem with CBI and Diamond at the leadership. So Chewy was apprehensive at first, and later on, he allowed his apprehensions to take full hold when Janard approached him about joining his new treason collective. So Chewy did indeed betray Tommy, and Tommy returned the favor by the end of the first episode by putting a bullet in Chewy's head, much to Diamond's chagrin. This move will be a subtle foreshadow to how Tommy would make moves without Diamond's full support, and may be a detriment to their relationship as things progress in Season 3. WTF moment number 9, Strung Out. Janard's character underwent a very interesting development throughout Season 2. He went through leadership struggles as well as balanced that with a new romantic life, and the weight of those struggles brought him into the spirit of escapism. That escapism came in the form of heroin and various other drugs. Now, Janard wasn't a stranger to drug use, as it was always foreshadowed in the first season how he would take a bump here and a bump there. But Janard went full out crackhead during this season, and it nearly cost him his criminal career. However, with the help of his new love interest Shanti and the urging of his brother, Janard was able to kick the habit, at least for now. But we'll see if drugs factor into his future roles as things progress. WTF moment number 8, Shame on Sheamus. Now y'all remember that cop from Season 1, right? The one who was pressing CBI while taking orders from the Flynn family willingly. Well, that cop reared its ugly head during this season as Sheamus came back on the scene only for a small period in order to extort Diamond and CBI for more money for his sister and her medical bills. Remember, Sheamus held CBI responsible, and rightfully so to a degree, for his sister's current debilitating state, and he wanted compensation from them going forward in order to rectify the situation and fatten his pockets in the meantime. Sheamus's life was inevitably taken from him courtesy of D-Mac, which led to the streets heating up and D-Mac's subsequent expulsion from the group and city at large. WTF moment number 7, Blood Feud. The story of the Flynn family was an integral part of Season 2. Walter Flynn, the family's patriarch, continued his old ways of pitting one child against the other. Only this time, it backfired on him in a major way. Much of his story this season was a fledgling one, as his ambitions only lied in keeping the Flynn family name afloat and keeping cash flow up enough to still be a player in the game. Meanwhile, Vic was in a state of self-loathing following Gloria's demise, which he knew his father had a hand in. And Claudia's ambitions never remained higher, as her ultimate goal was to take over the family name, even if she had to do it by force, no pun intended. The fallout between the 3 entities eventually led to Walter's demise, as Claudia could no longer take being in the backseat of the family and under the thumb of her father. His final betrayal against her and her business interests, along with the 2 meddling back and forth in each other's affairs, led to murderous intentions, and those intentions were played out with the help of her brother Vic in an all-out blood feud, which backfired on her as well, as it ended with Vic taking out his father and plotting against his sister after discovering her murderous intentions for the both of them. WTF moment number 6, there's a snitch among us. Vic Flynn, in retaliation for what he discovered in the aforementioned moment, took what he knew to the feds in order to subvert his sister's ambitions and goals. His plan was to put Claudia away for good due to her treachery against the family, all in the name of his beloved Gloria. However, the feds had other plans, as the target had shifted from not just the Flynns, but to Tommy Egan. So Vic had to literally play this rat role throughout the season in order to catch up to Claudia while maintaining a deceptive relationship with Tommy. A role that cost him in the end, because instead of being Tommy's ally, he's going to end up being his property, as he'll become very useful to Tommy in Season 3 for sparing his life in the finale of Season 2. WTF moment number 5, the ghost of Tommy's past. One of the most shocking moments of the season was Holly's return via apparition. As Tommy lay with Maria, he saw a vision of Holly, who warned him that he couldn't have the streets and his love all at the same time. Something that Tommy has historically struggled with her, Lakeisha, and even Gloria to a certain extent, before now coming into contact with Maria. Holly was presented to us in her pregnant state, as when she died in fact pregnant with his child, something that Tommy didn't know prior to killing her. This revelation would prove true in the Season 2 finale, as Tommy would indeed lose out on his third love interest of 4 attempts, Gloria notwithstanding, as she was really Vic's girl, but Tommy kind of dabbled in that. But I'll get deeper into Tommy and his love interest in a video to come. WTF moment number 4, loss of innocence. Another major highlight of the season was Diamond's relationship with the young Leon. Leon was a young, shy kid who Diamond took a liking to because he reflected the innocent spirit that Diamond tried to hold on to in a cold, heartless game. Leon represented a humanity that Diamond could shift to when he wasn't involved in criminal activity. And that humanity was snatched right from him and before his very eyes due to a conflict that was meant to be resolved by the combat teachings that Diamond had placed on Leon. As we know about these little hoe-ass dudes in the streets, as soon as they're getting their ass whipped with the fist, then they resort to the gun. And that's exactly what happened to Leon, shot to death in cold blood in the middle of the street. This reverted Diamond back to an animalistic state, as before this, he would be slow to take a life and slow to resort to violence. However, after this, his humanity devolved, and we saw him kill not only his PO, but the father of Leon in rage-filled attacks that only served to dwindle at his own broken heart. WTF moment number 3, David dies, Diamond lives. As I just mentioned in the last moment, Diamond went through a hard time in losing Leon. The height of that difficulty came when his PO came to the barbershop in order to confirm a rumor that was told to him by Leon's father. As Diamond sat there, drunk to the nines and surrounded by drugs and money, his PO arrived and confirmed everything he thought he knew about Diamond, who was struggling with change and conversion, truly trying to walk the righteous path while generating money from an unrighteous gain. With Tommy also implicated at the scene, he tried to de-escalate the situation, only for the PO to resort to the only law he knew and honored and lose his life in the process, and violently so, having his neck slashed with a switchblade and blood splattered across the establishment. With a devilish grin from Tommy in the immediate aftermath, he watched on as the old David truly converted into the new, and by his humane efforts, less improved Diamond, more ruthless than ever before. WTF moment number 2, shanky business. In the finale of Season 2, Claudia finally got what was coming to her in the form of an arrest and dethroning of her newfound powerful position. Then, while in prison, Tommy set up a situation where a cohort of Lilianas served the final stabby stab to the back of Claudia, which was poetic in a sense because Claudia had stabbed so many people in the back just to gain the little bit of power that she had acquired. Now, much is to be made of whether or not Claudia is dead or alive, and this commentator believes her to be alive and very well, though the injury that she sustained will be a highlight of next season. We're going to see the same old Claudia, just in a new form. One thing that I doubt she'll be doing is walking the same and living a healthier existence. For her crimes against her family, a heavier judgment is involved, and we'll see her under such judgment in the season to come. And WTF moment number 1, Maria. In the final act of episode 10, Tommy answers a call from Maria's phone, only for Miguel to be at the other end of it, torching the Barcelona tickets and laughing devilishly at the fact that Tommy has now lost his heart and soul of Season 2, even though he gained the power in the process. You see, Miguel did take an L from Tommy, and plenty of them over time, especially with Tommy now being in a position where Miguel has to look him in the eye as an equal, being on similar footing in distribution in the eyes of the Connect. However, the last laugh was held by Miguel in torching those tickets and sending his sister away, or whatever her fate has become. Something that we'll be dissecting in another video to come. So just stay tuned, guys. And before we get out of here, I just gotta drop an honorable mention moment that was as hilarious as it was tragic. Abuelita go boom. In episode 9, Miguel's right-hand man Nunez had made a deal with the Serbs and agreed to kill Miguel. That attack would never reach Miguel, however, as Abuelita would be the one starting the card from which a bomb would ignite, ending her life unceremoniously. This was a major blow to Miguel because Abuelita was his conscience in a sense. She was that wise old woman, keeping him on his heels and keeping his senses alive, aware of every threat that surrounded their family. Plus, her disposition was just absolutely hilarious. But when that car bomb went off, this commentator was like, damn, did they have to do her like that? They didn't have to do Abuelita like that. So rest in peace to that old lady. And also rest in peace to everybody that we lost in season 2. All the children, of course, and everyone else. This was a wild one, a violent one, but a necessary one. Because Tommy developed another quality during this season as well. And it brought him closer to his once friend, brother, and mentor in a lot of ways than ever before. And that decision-making process will be dissected in a video to come. And that'll do it for this one. What were your thoughts on Power Book 4 of Force, Season 2? Be sure to drop me your opinions in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop a $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.